Are you tired of always worrying that there's never enough? Living paycheck to paycheck, always worrying about money? It's time for a change. Join me as we dive deep into the world of mindset and money. If you're ready to break free from scarcity and to embrace abundance, this video is for you. So first, let's take a look at what is a scarcity mindset. So a scarcity mindset is a worldview which is limited in terms of where you think money comes from, and that money is limited, or money and resources are limited, and that the world is finite. This mindset is characterized by feelings of lack, anxiety, uncertainty, and it's often just a mode of living in which you are living perhaps in survival mode, in which there is never enough to meet your demands, and also always worrying where the money will come from. Overall, a scarcity mindset is quite limiting to one's well-being because it often includes a lot of stress and anxiety and a lot of uncertainty, which is just not good for your psyche, and also just that continual feeling that you're always struggling. It's something that is very difficult to overcome, and often it's, these mindsets have been set into us basically between the ages of 0 and 7, and a lot of it is in our subconscious. So it's not something that we consciously realize, but it's a mentality which has been ingrained in us and socialized into us as youngsters. And one of the first things to do is to recognize that you have a scarcity mindset, because without the recognition that you are living in scarcity or have a scarcity mindset, is that you don't even realize the way that you are living, the mentality which you have. So step number 1 is to realize that you're living in scarcity. And then step number 2 is try to acknowledge and recognize that you are, and then to move forward into the next step, which is the abundance mindset. Now, this is much easier said than done, and I know this from experience as someone who's lived in scarcity for over 40 years. And it's something that once you realize it, then you can actively work on trying to change that mindset and those limiting beliefs which are holding you back from the abundance which is your birthright. Now, I've talked a little bit about abundance mindset, and before I get too far ahead of myself, I want to define what an abundance mindset is. So it's basically a mindset that the possibilities are limitless and that there are further opportunities for growth and expansion. And it's really a way of thinking that things will come your way as you need them. Now, this is not some pie in the sky, way of thinking that if you need something, it's going to miraculously appear, but it's the feeling that things are not finite and that things are not scarce, that it's the opposite of scarce. It's the idea that growth, success, and fulfillment are in ample abundance, and there are plenty of opportunities for these aspects to come into your life. It's a more optimistic, a feeling of gratitude and empowerment, in contrast to a scarcity mindset, which is more contraction and feelings of anxiety and fear. So it's a different mindset, and this is something that I've been striving for in the last 6 months to 1 year. And it really has just changed my attitude. In fact, I have a small book that I keep a gratitude of, one small gratitude per day. And that one practice alone has made me to feel more in awe of the things which I have in my life, even the small things, and even the people in my life, or even the nature that I experience on the day by day. And because I'm keeping track of it and keeping that in my awareness, I'm feeling a sense of gratitude, and that sense of gratitude, and also feeling more of the abundance in my life, and that appreciation for the abundance in my life is simply amazing. And beyond this gratitude practice, you can also practice visualization and seeing the abundance that you seek come into your life. Now, this can be very successful, especially if you have the feelings or the emotion of what that actual abundance would bring, that feelings that it would bring to you, and that would make the visualization so much more successful. Also, surrounding yourself with individuals who have abundance mindset, especially if you are used to being with people who are in a similar maybe background or upbringing as you, and it's something a little bit more in the realms of lack, it's very helpful to try to seek out people. And they say you are the average of the 5 people that you hang out with, so that if you actually look for people who have that abundance mindset or that feeling of gratitude that brings the abundance abundance into their lives, that you will actually become more like the people that you surround yourself with. And now I'm not saying to leave your childhood friends behind or people that just don't match this abundance mindset behind, but just realize that in some ways they may be holding you back, and that you need to find others to associate with to bring you forward into the abundance mindset that you wish to have. And also take inspired action to reach those financial goals that you have set by yourself. If you've set to have, like I have, $1 million in the bank for retirement or more, if you live in a place with a high cost of living, definitely do make a plan and set that plan and stick to that plan so that you can reach your financial goals. Now, that may be something small, like starting with an emergency fund or having $1,000 set aside for emergencies would be so amazing. For many people, they may not even have this, and that's what is perpetually causing the feeling of scarcity, is not having that financial abundance in your life. And even having something like $1,000 or an emergency fund to put aside for those issues when things pop up that are unexpected, that can give you that sense of security and to eliminate some of that stress in your life, which does help eliminate the scarcity mindset. Again, I'm not telling you that this is easy. This is something that is difficult to attain. And for some people, it's a sense or a feeling of well-being that they're seeking. Or for others, it's a number in the, or amount of money in the bank that they're seeking. And I also want to mention that just because you have a certain amount of money in the bank doesn't mean that that is abundance. It can be financial riches. You can have a lot of money in the bank and still feel scarcity. It is a mindset, and this is something that is not constant. It is dynamic and can change during different periods of your life. But if we strive to move forward towards something more of an abundance mindset with a cognizant understanding that it's a fluid process, a fluid mechanism, we can try to bring more abundance into our life, and through that abundance, greater gratitude and appreciation for the well-being that we have, and to bring consciously more abundance into our lives. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.